So welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto Liberty City stories. In this part, we will be completing the Salvatore Leone mission called Rough Justice, although before we begin, we must first change our outfit, as the game finds our current outfit to be inappropriate for this kind of situation. I don't know, I find that this outfit is completely fine for meeting Salvatore Leone for the first time in quite some time, but we must humor the game, and regardless of what outfit you're wearing when you enter that yellow marker, the game will force you to go to Mr. Ben's costume shop to pick up a lawyer suit. And I suppose the fellows across the Atlantic will enjoy that Mr. Ben reference there, but what I enjoy is that it's a costume shop and not like an official high-end clothing store, where you get your fancy pants from. But anyways, now that we have this, we can begin the mission.
He's your lawyer, Mr. Leone.
I know who the hell he is, pal. Come on, give me a break here. Go ahead, kid, run along. Say hello to your mother for me, gabish?
You got 5 minutes.
Listen, Lionel, you're looking good. Look at me, a fine member of the community, and suddenly I'm banged up. It really challenges my philanthropic nature.
Of course, Mr. Leone, we're doing everything we can to get you out of here and, back to helping your community as soon as possible.
Of course. I hope we can sue someone for this outrage. Those Constantindacos or those cocksuckers, the Forellis? Who was it? Who ratted me out? Let's hit them both hard. Way I see it, they both could use a good beating for this outrage. Motherfuckers!
It will be my pleasure.
Thank you. Tony, you really mean a lot to me. You know that? Listen, you might need some backup. Use the hoods, okay?
Whatever you think is best, Mr. Leone.
All right. Get out of here, Lionel.
So we've got a few interesting things going on here, besides the cars there, having some make-out brief. The game's not being very subtle with that. They're literally spelling it out there for you, so I don't know what the hell's going on there. But either way, the interesting things I wanted to touch on begin in the cutscene because, well, we have the first appearance of Salvatore Leone in quite some time, which is always nice, a nice sprinkle of Salvatore can make any cutscene, mission, or night out on the town quite nice. So, it's nice to see him there. But you also have him constantly referring to Tony as Lionel, which I suppose is a way of protecting Tony from the eyes in the walls and the ears in the vents and all that, so that way Tony doesn't find himself caught up in the hot steaming pile of fecal matter that Salvatore finds himself in. So, it's a smart idea there, and according to the wiki for this mission, the whole Lionel business there is actually a reference to a lawyer character in the show called The Simpsons. And those poor twins, jeez. But yeah, I wouldn't really know much about all that. I tend to stay away from those animated cartoons and whatnot outside of SpongeBob seasons 1 through 3, or something like Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi Go. Those types of things tend to tickle the funny bone there. So everything else just kind of seems like the work of the devil or something. So. Beyond the whole Lionel thing, you also have that the Southside Hoods are being involved in this mission, which I'm kind of iffy about. I like that they're being, brought back into this game because we did see them for quite a good chunk of the Shoreside Vale business in Grand Theft Auto 3. You do a mission strand for D-Ice of the Red Jacks faction of the Southside Hoods, so it's nice to see them getting re-involved in a Grand Theft Auto game. It's just a nice little callback and all that, but they really just dive into it. There's really no backstory here. It's just like, oh yeah, we're also in cahoots with the Southside Hoods, so you can use them as support against these Forellis that we're terrorizing here in Wichita Gardens, which, I don't know. I prefer a bit more foreplay involved in the action here. There are situations where, both parties are just so eager to get on with their storytelling that you just kind of dive straight in, but I don't know. A couple pecks on the neck never hurt anybody, hands running along the backside and through the hair, and mad bush and all that. That's just, It's a fantastic thing, but it's like I'm not going to complain though about the Southside hoods being involved. You know, I like this whole situation though. Because it's very reminiscent of one of those gang territory takeovers that you have in San Andreas, except instead of fighting alongside Grove Street, you have these Southside hoods.
Watch it, bitch.
I warn you, I'm a man of peace.
So I'd say Tony's actions there are completely justified. You know, Tony is not a female dog, he's Tony Cipriani. And then that's when, if Tony were standing next to me, he'd say, "Yeah, I'm Tony Cipriani," you know, because that's what he did in that one cutscene in Grand Theft Auto 3. That completes this part. In the next part, we will be moving on to the next Salvatore Leone mission, which is called Dead Reckoning. So, until then, I will see you next time.